he took birth, Dashrath Maharaj, for him, entire world, it became Ramamayam Jagat. Right? Vishnumayam Jagat bolte hain, but for Dashrath, it became Ramamayam Jagat. He cannot remain even for a second without seeing Lord Ramchandra. All the time, only one word would come from his mouth: Rama, 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 Shri Rama, Shri Rama. He would become disturbed, if Ramchandra goes away from his sight. Right? As soon as he would wake up in the morning, he has to see Rama. One very funny thing happened. So Dashrath Maharaj, he took Ramchandra and Lakshman Bharat to Vashishta Muni for Vidyabhyas. This is not in Ramayana, this is from one Purana. Vasishta Muni, he performed very severe austerities and penances for thousands of years. Then he became Brahmarshi. Then Brahmarshi post is very high. Very high. It is said that when somebody becomes a king, it is equivalent to living a life of 12 prostitutes. Means he would get so much bad karma. A king, ruler, would get so much bad karma as much as 12 prostitutes would get. Prostitution is very sinful. So it is then Brahmaji, after he became Brahmarshi, he appointed him as Purohit of Ikshvaku Vamsha. So this, in order to get rid of this pap karma, these kings, they appoint Purohita, and then they transfer all the sins to Purohita. That is why becoming a Purohita is the lowest job for a Brahmana. Brahman, Paurohitya Brahman, they say, in Andhra, Paurohitya Brahman. That means the other caste, in Andhra there is, Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita regarding Vallabhacharya, Janma and all. So in Andhra there are some 4 categories of Brahmanas, Velinati, all that stuff. So those who are born in higher category of Brahmanas, they won't give their daughters to Paurohitya Brahmanas because it's considered very low. Then Brahmaji appointed Vasishta Muni as Purohita. He was very upset. I said, Aisa kaisa, how you can do appoint like that? It's very degraded job. I am Brahmarshi. Arey Baba, do you want to give Namkaran to Ram? Because Lord Narayana is going to take birth in Ikshvaku Vamsha. Yeah. So that is why he agreed to become Purohit of Ikshvaku Vamsha. And after doing all the tapasya, he was giving all this tapafal as a charity to all the Brahmanas. Everybody was taking. When Vishwamitra Muni also came to know that Vasishta Muni is giving charity, so he went running. By the time Vishwamitra Muni reached, Vasishta Muni said, everything I gave in charity. Then Vishwamitra Muni cried. I said, what to do? Then he said, I have 7.5 gadiya of tapafala, tapashakti, of associating with doing sadhu sangha. When I went to Swargaloka, I did some sadhu sangha. So I got that. Out of that, I will give you 2.5 gadiyas worth tapafal to you. That is why, so Vishwamitra Muni got that 2.5 minutes tapafal. So that is why later on he became Guru of Lord Ramchandra. Vasishta Muni, he became Guru because of Lord Ramchandra, because Brahmaji appointed him as Purohit of Ikshvaku Vamsha, and then he gave Namakarana. So Vasishta Muni knew who is Lord Ramchandra, Parabrahman. So, but he was so attracted to the beauty of Rama, a small boy. So, but he knew that he is Parabrahman. Who am I to give teachings to, Parabrahman, Satchidananda Vigraha, he is full of knowledge. So Dashrath Maharaj wanted to see, his Vidyabhyas Karyakram and all that. Vasishtha Muni told Dashrath Maharaj, get lost from here. Please go, leave and go. Your presence is not needed. Dashrath Maharaj started begging, I want to see, I cannot remain without seeing my Ram. He said, no, get lost. No, please, allow me, I cannot see, I want to see how my Rama is learning. Then Vasishtha became stern. I am telling you now, go. Then Dashrath Maharaj, became afraid and then went away. Then Vasishtha Muni, he offered obeisance to Balarama. And then he did pradakshina of Ramchandra. Said, who am I? You are the source of all knowledge. It is my great fortune that you are going to respect me as your guru. But please forgive me if any offenses. No offense is meant. Like that. So they are all very fortunate. So that is, then when he became 12 years old boy, so Dashrath Maharaj was sitting in the assembly and then he was contemplating, boyhood to worryhood. Now Rama has become of age, I need to perform the marriage of Ramchandra. Like that he was thinking. So meanwhile, one the Sainik, Dwarpal, he came running and he was panting. He was frightened. And Dashrath Maharaj asked, what happened? Gadi Sutta, Vishwamitra Muni, he was at the Dwar. He's come. Then as soon as Dashrath Maharaj heard Gadi Sutta, Vishwamitra Muni, Brahmarshi, Vishwamitra Muni came, then he just went running. He went running. Then he washed his feet and then he brought him. He took his paduka, kept them on his head. Then he brought him. It is said in Padma Purana that when a sadhu comes to your house, if you go ahead, like Prabhupada, if some Paramahamsa sadhu comes to your house, if that grahastha goes out of the house and takes his chappal and catches his hand and brings him in his house. So it is said that at every step that he takes, he will get the phala of performing one Ashwamedha Yajna. One Ashwamedha Yajna. That is the. So immediately he came. Then Prabhupada quoted this many times that Dashrath Maharaj asked Vishwamitra Muni. So Prabhupada says, when you meet a sadhu, you should not ask, how are you? Right? A sadhu is always happy because he is engaged in Krishna's service. Right? Once I asked one senior sannyasi, Guru also, how are you, Maharaj? Then he chastised me. Don't ask that question. So you should not ask. So then Prabhupada quoted that verse. Then he said, is your process of self-realization going on nicely? Or your practice is going, your sadhana is going on nicely? Like that he asked. Then Vishwamitra Muni also questioned him that are you following dharma properly? Have you conquered internal enemies and external enemies both? Did you keep Samantaraj and everybody under your control? All that he questioned. Then the Dashrath Maharaj washed his feet and worshipped him. Then he said, I am feeling when you came here, for a person, when he gets Amrita, a dying person, if he gets Amrita, how much happiness he would feel. That much happiness I am feeling. When after a long time being childless, if somebody gets a child, how much happiness he would feel. That much happiness I am feeling now, seeing you. When a person is going in the desert, walking for a long time in the hot sun, if he gets a bucket of water, to drink, how much happiness he would feel. That much happiness I am feeling. I am thinking that because of you kept your lotus feet in my sabha now has become Tirthasthan. The sadhus, without any reason, you won't come. A Brahmarshi like you, it looks like you need something from me. I am promising you that anything under the sun you ask, I will give. This Maharaj Dasharatha has got this problem, giving promises. Once Dasharatha Maharaj, Shani Graha, Vakradrishti, he was showing. There was no rains in Ayodhya for 12 years. Then the mantris have suggested, now another year, there will be no water. Then what is the problem? Then Shani Vakradrishti. Then Dasharatha Maharaj, how many of you know by what is the original name of Dasharatha Maharaj? How he got Dashrath? You know what is the meaning of Dashrath? Yeah. His chariot goes in all 10 directions. He can, but his original name is Maharaj Nemi. Right? So when he fought with Shambharasur, Devatas gave him the title Dashratha. Like that. He attacked Shanigraha. Shanigraha became angry. Who is this guy attacking my planet? He pushed him when the chariot was falling. And in that time, Jatayu on his wings saved Dasharatha Maharaj. Then both of them attacked. Then Shani asked, why are you attacking? I said, then okay, I'm sending the rains, don't worry. I will change my Vakradrishti. Like that. So that time Dasharatha Maharaj said, I am very pleased with you, Jatayu. If you want, you ask me anything. Then Jatayu said, when a son is born, give him to me. Dasharatha said, okay. But he thought, I am not having any son anyway. So, kya jata hai? But later on, anyway. So he said, like that. So Vishwamitra Muni, he said, you spoke that is suitable for a Ikshvaku Vamsha king, Raghuvar. So, I came on a mission. I am doing yajna in Siddhashram in order to achieve perfection in my life. Siddhi प्राप्त करने के लिए I am doing yajna in Siddhashram. When I am doing yajna, Siddhi yajna, these some Rakshasas, they come and put blood, flesh, urine and all that, and they contaminate. But I have taken a diksha. After taking diksha, I am not supposed to become angry. I can kill them, but once I take diksha, I cannot become angry and kill them. So that is why I want your Jeshth Putra, Sri Ram, right? Please send him with me. Don't think that he is a small boy. He is a small boy. He cannot kill Rakshasas and all. If you send him with me, Bahurupam Shreyaha. All kinds of auspiciousness will happen. So Acharyas say comment, Bahurupa Shreya means he will get a wife also. Bahurupa ka matlab, another meaning of Bahurupa means wife. So he is indicated that Tatakavad, Marichi, Subahuvad, all that, everything will, then Sita Kalyanam also will happen. I have recited Ramayana, Mahamala, Ratnam. So there are, in Ramayana, there are some shlokas. They are called Ratna shlokas. Right? Jewel-like shlokas. Right? So I will recite one verse. Aham vedmi mahatmanam boliye. Ramam satya parakramam. Vasishtopi mahateja. Yeche me tapasi sthita. Aham vedmi, I know. Vasishtha Muni knows. Some tapasvis know. But you don't know. He is so far in his life, he has not yet met Ramchandra. But Dasharatha Maharaj gave birth to Ramchandra, already it is 12 years. But he is saying, Aham Vedmi Mahatmanam. In the commentary of this verse, they say that Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. There is a Upanishad Vakya. So this verse, indicates that verse, meaning of that verse. So I have come here with a mokshakami, in order to attain perfection. But you performed yajna as ishtakami, in order to get a son. That is why you are a karmanista, I am a mokshakami nista. Isliye you don't know who is Ramchandra, but I know he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Parabrahma, Mahatmanam. Mahatmanam ka matlab, Atma of Atma. Atma, we are all called Atma. Ramchandra, Krishna, they are called Mahatma. Because Mahanatma, because he is greater Atma, Atma of all Atma, Atmanam. So I know, Vasishtha Muni they know, but you don't know. Right? You don't know. So please send him with me. So don't think, any Rakshasas will attack and all that. So when Dasharatha Maharaj heard this, he fainted. Just now he said, you ask whatever you want, I'll give. But as soon as he heard that, please give your son Ramchandra, send him with me, he fainted. Then all the doctors and all, they came and they did upachar and all, they brought him back to consciousness. Then he started crying. He said, I cannot remain without seeing Ramchandra even for a moment. You are asking me to part with my life? How is it possible? Then he said, Una Shodasa Varshe Me Ramo Rajivalochanaha Na Yuddha Yogyata Masya Pashyami Saharakshasai. Very interesting verse. Very many commentators they commented on this verse. Then he said, my son, he is not even 16-year-old boy. He is only 12-year-old, that time. He is not even 16-year-old, because at that time 16-year-old boys, they used to go for fight. But my son is only 12 years old, even not even 16-year-old. Not only that, he is Rajivalochana. Rajivalochana means he has got eyes like lotus flowers, petals of lotus flowers. What is the symptom of a lotus flower? When the sun rises, lotus flower blooms. When the sun sets, lotus flower closes. Like that, my son has got Rajivalochana, is Rajivalochana, because as soon as sun is set, his eyes, they close and then he falls asleep. He falls asleep. But these Rakshasas, they are more powerful in the night time. They are more powerful in the night time. So that is why I am thinking, Na Yuddha Yogyata Masya. He is not qualified to, fight, because he is only 12 years old. Not only that, he is not qualified at all to fight with Rakshasas, because if the Rakshasas, they wake up in the night time, then morning time, my son, Rajivalochana, as soon as the sun is set, his eyes are closed, and then he is asleep. So how can he protect you from the Rakshasas? So my suggestion is that I will come with you, with Chaturanga Sena, with one Akshoni. Then I will protect. Then he asked, who are the demons who are attacking? Ravana Brahma is there, and then his chelas, Marichi and Subahu. Marichi, as soon as he heard Marichi, Subahu, again he fainted. I said, you are telling me to send my son to fight with Marichi and Subahu? This Ravanasur, even Gandharva, Siddhas, all these Devatas also, they cannot fight with Ravanasur and these Chelas. And then I know this Marichi Subhava, I heard their name. They are too powerful. My son is such a small boy. Like that. Now he is telling, in the beginning, that's when Ramam Netu Marhasi, like that, he was saying all that. Then All this while he was saying, Na Ramam Netumarhasi, 4 verses he spoke. All that. Then he is saying, Naiva Dasyami, I am not going to give. पहले बोल रहा था, he is not qualified, he is not qualified. Now he declared, I am not going to give. जो करना है करो. विश्वामित्र मुनि आग बगुला हो रहा है. His anger is rising. Brahmarshi, he wanted to curse, but he said in a vyangya, in a sarcastic way, that Sukhi Bhava Sabhandava. He wanted to sell, Nashayati Sabhandava. Along with the relatives, you get destroyed. But because now he became Brahmarshi and then he has to conquer anger and all that, he was sarcastically was telling that you only said that, you ask me whatever you want. When I am asking you, you are not giving, then you are going back on your words. What kind of a king you are? What kind of a king you are? So mazak hai kya? Then his anger is rising and rising, and all the 3 worlds started shaking. Dashat Sabha, Rajya Sabha started shaking because of the anger of Vishwamitra Muni. Then Vasishtha Muni saw that, there is a danger that, Vishwamitra Muni may curse. Right? Vishwamitra Muni may curse. Then Vasishtha Muni, all the while they are enemies, now they became friends. After that, after some, he became friends. So Vasishtha Muni explained that Maharaj, you are Raghukula Vamsh, descendant of Raghukul Vamsh. Raghu Maharaj is known for keeping his words. Right? There is some, in Hindi they say, Pran na jaye, vachan na jaye. Hindi mein. So like that, you want to bring destruction on you for your family. Then he explained, this Brahmarshi Vishwamitra Muni, he is not an ordinary sage. He has got all the weapons under the sky with him. Jaya Atibala, a daughter of Daksha Prajapati, Brugashwas, along with him, both that lady Prabha, Suprabha, they gave birth to all these astras, 50 each. Then Vishwamitra Muni said, if you send Ramchandra, don't worry, Vishwamitra Muni will protect your son. Not only that, he will give all his astras to Ramchandra. He will be under proper protection under Vishwamitra Muni. Then you cannot go back on your word. You gave your word, please send him. Then Dasharatha Maharaj consulted Kaushalya. As soon as she heard that Ramchandra has to go with Vishwamitra Muni, she immediately consented. She immediately agreed that Rama can go. Now Vishwamitra Muni called Ramchandra. Right? Ramchandra. Ramchandra is coming from his palace. Vishwamitra Muni, Brahmarshi, after doing so much tapasya, seeing this beautiful, Navayavan, most Pumsham Mohana Rupaya, all, even men, women, all living entities, all the birds, animals, Rakshasas, Gandharvas, everybody who would see Ramchandra, they cannot remain being attracted without being attracted. And he was saying, so he was drinking the beauty of Ramchandra with his eyes. Then, ek ke upar ek free. Ramchandra, he said, go, Vishwamitra, please go with, Dasharatha Maharaj. Pitruvak Paripalaka Ramchandra, he is known, right? So Dasharatha Maharaj instructed Ramchandra, please follow Ajna of Vishwamitra Muni without any hesitation. This is my order. So then Lakshmana said, I will also go with you. Ramchandra said, chalo. Right? So these boys, they are princes. They are accustomed to sleeping on the Dunlop beds. Then chamara, fans, then all comforts of palace life, right? All comforts of palace life. So, but now they are going on walk, on walk. Many times I told, why Krishna, walked so much in Vrindavan, because he felt, in my last incarnation, they made me walk so much. Because I was born as a prince and then I was made to walk so much. I had so much difficulty. At one point of time, they have taken away my paduka also. Better I practice walking in the childhood only. Tomorrow, if they take away my, padukas and all, chappal, I'm already accustomed, habituated to walking, so I will not have problem. Otherwise, suddenly if they ask me to walk, I will have problem. That is why all the time Vrindavan, he is walking without chappals. That's one of the comments. So, Vishwamitra Muni was going forward, and Ram and Lakshman, followed behind him. And it's such a beautiful drishyam, Ram and Lakshman. Then all the people, they gathered, to have a glimpse of Ram and Ramchandra. And they were so happy. So by the time evening, when they reached the bank of Saryu Nadi, Vishwamitra Muni saw Ramchandra, his face little bit, become, showing tiredness. Because for the first time in his life, they are walking, how many kilometers, Sometimes, we all, अभी तो गोवर्धन परिक्रमा करने के लिए नानी याद आती है, right? अभी अंतर परिक्रमा है, after that oil apply करो, massage कराओ, ये सब, now, we are all ordinary people. Just, Ramchandra, is a prince, how Vishwamitra Muni, Prabhupada actually said, those Bhakti-Rasam Sindhu devotees should not practice too much vairagya, too much austerity, and should not try to acquire too much jnana. It is not, initially it may help you in devotional service, but it will make you hard. But for getting Krishna Prema, your heart has to be mulayam, soft. So these tapasvis, they become very hard-hearted. They are, Radha Govind Maharaj says, better to get married. These brahmacharis and sannyasis, they are always angry. Thoda sa khana late ho gaya, gussa ho jate hain. But a grahastha would become a good sannyasi because he is already accustomed to tolerating. Right? If you want marriage life successful, you should learn how to remain silent. Right? Monavrat. One wife asked, Babu, what else, after she did, what is that vrat they do? Karwa Chauth करने उसका आयु बढ़ाने के लिए, he was asking, Babu, what other vrat I can do to increase your lifespan? She simply said Mauna Vrat. So Vishwamitra Muni, after doing tapasya for 60,000 years, his heart became very hard. First time in his life, after 60,000 years, his heart melted, seeing the beautiful face of Ramchandra and seeing the tiredness in Ramchandra's face. Rama, with so much love, he called, Rama, Vatsa. उसका प्रेम बढ़ रहा है, अभी उसका सरेंडर स्टार्ट हो रहा है, right? Vatsa, Rama, it looks like you are very tired. Please go and take bath in Saryu Nadi and do achaman and come. I will give you these Bala, Atibala Astras. Like that. So Ramchandra, he went and took bath in Sarayu Nadi. He did Achaman. Then he sat in front of Lord Ramchandra, Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni initiated Ramchandra. Now he officially became Guru of Ramchandra because he got 2.5 Gadiyas Tapafal from Vasishtha Muni. Vasishtha Muni. Like that. So, all of you will be interested to know, he did not initiate Lakshman. He did not give these mantras to Lakshman. Then Ramchandra gave these mantras to Lakshman. There is a secret, because if Vishwamitra Muni initiated Lakshman also, then Lakshman would become god brother of Ramchandra. Then one is not supposed to take service from god brother. Right? So then they will become both equal. Then Ram has to call Lakshman Prabhu. Right? Lakshman would never agree for that. That is why he did not take. Then on that day, Ram became Guru. He is already brother. He is already brother. But now he has become spiritual master of Lakshman. Then every day, Lakshman would massage his lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra. From that day onwards, he started massaging. Ramchandra would tell Lakshmana, now you can go and sleep. Right? But on the first day of Vanvas, he did not tell Lakshmana, go and take rest. Because he was not supposed to sleep for 14 years. Like that. So, then Vishwamitra Muni said, this Bala, Ati Bala, those who have received, his Rupa will not change. You will not become tired. You will not feel hungry. You will not feel thirsty. Not only that, even if you are asleep, these mantras, these astras will protect you from sudden attack of the Rakshasas, enemies. Right? Then he was taking them. Then he said, he arranged Darbhasanas for Rama and Lakshmana to sleep. Now, a very beautiful pastime has taken place. So, Vishwamitra Muni, he is accustomed to rising early in the morning and taking bath in the river and do Gayatri Japa. Vishwamitra Muni is known as Mantra Drashta. Rishi is a Mantra Drashta. Indriya Tita Jnana he has got. When we chant Hare Krishna, we don't see Radha and Krishna. Every mantra has Adhisthana Devata. So when somebody chants, Mantra Drashta means when somebody chants that mantra, that Devata would become visible to that person. So like that, Vishwamitra Muni is Gayatri Mantra Drashta. Right? Like Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Drashta. So they see the pastimes of Radha Krishna all the time. So he went. Ram and Lakshman, they were sleeping. The princess for first time on the grass asan. And the most beautiful personality, Pumsam Mohana Rupaya, he was sleeping. Right? And then the beautiful feature of Krishna and both Rama, that constantly a smile, Mandasmita, decorate their lips all the time. Even when they are asleep, when Krishna is sleeping, that time he is smiling. Like that Ramchandra, that is their ornament. Beautiful. So Vishwamitra Muni took bath. Then he came. Then he saw this beautiful drishyam, Rama and Lakshman sleeping. He said, wow, Parabrahman. Because in order to kill Ravanasur, he has to become a Nara. So, the Saulabhyam, see, look at the Saulabhya avatara. He became Nara and walking amongst all of us. Aha, what tapasya Kaushalya Devi has done, what austerities she has performed, what good fortune that she has, that the Parabrahman, Ramante Yogino Anante, that Parabrahman, Sakshat Narayana, became her son. That's why then he started singing, Kaushalya Supraja Ramam. So one Acharya comments, that he became so ecstatic. He became so ecstatic, he was unable to chant further. For a long time, he was chanting, Kausalya Supraja Ramam, Kausalya Supraja Ramam, Kausalya Supraja Ramam, Kausalya Supraja Ramam. And then drinking the beauty of Ramchandra's lotus face. His heart is melting now, developing love for Ramchandra. Love for Ramchandra. Then immediately, then when the sun was about to rise, because of Ramchandra's beauty and his association, Vishwamitra Muni did not get proper sleep. That's why he got up very early, and then went to take bath. So then the sun was rising, then Kaushalya Shupraja Ramam Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardhula Trailokyam Kartavyam Daiva Mahnikam. Right? So the Acharya's comment that this verse is used in Venkateshwara Suprabhatam also. Kaushalya Supraja Ramam Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashadhula Kartavyam Daiva Mahnikam Uttishta Govinda Uttishta Garudadvaja Uttishta Kamala Kanta Trailokyam Mangalam Kuru. Very beautiful Venkateshwara Suprabhatam. Right? In Andhra, every house morning they put this. Everywhere you go on the street, everywhere Kausalya Supraja Ramam. So this verse is used for waking up the lords in all the temples, but this is composed by Vishwamitra Muni. So he was actually Gayatri Mantra Drashta. He had taken darshan of Lord Narayana, Surya Mandala Madhya Vartasti. Lord Narayana, Gaur Narayana, he had darshan. And then he understood that same Gaur Narayana, he was sleeping now. Right? That is why he is saying, now I had seen Surya Mandal Madhyastha Narayana. Now I want to see you. So after seeing that sun wake up, Rajogun and Tamogun got little came down, but Vasanas are left out. My dear Rama, oh fortunate mother's son, please wake up. When I see you and your beautiful lotus eyes, that Vasanas also of Rajogun, Tamogun, they will be destroyed from my heart. Please wake up. I want to see your beauty of sleeping beauty when you are asleep. I want to see the beauty of your eyes when you are wake up. So please wake up. Oh best among the men, oh Shardula, please and Daiva Mahnikam. You came to protect the Devatas and all, so you do that Kartavya. Like that. So why, Acharyas they comment, why Vishwamitra Muni did not use the Dashada Atma? Because he was very angry with Dashad Maharaj, because he was refusing to give. But Kaushalya, Acharya's comment, Mata Shatagunam Pati, means a mother, Pita, Satagunam Pita. A mother has got 100 times more love for the son than the father. So even though Kaushalya has so much love for Ramchandra, 100 times more love for Ramchandra than Dashad Maharaj, she immediately agreed. That is why he addressed Kausalya Supraja Ramam Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Like that. Then both of them were walking, and then so they reached one place. They reached one place. So there, it's a very, very horrid place. It's very, very hot, humid. All very ferocious animals are running around. So Ramchandra, as a very humble disciple, he asked Gurudev, what are these places? Then Vishwamitra Muni explained, these places are actually called Malada and Karusha. When Indra killed Vritrasura, he got contaminated of Brahmahatya Papa. So all his body was contaminated with kalmasha, with all. So then he was feeling very hungry. So he came here, all the rishis, they cleaned the body of Punya Jal of Indra. That is why this place is called Malada. His Mala went off. Then Karusha means hungry. So they gave him some nice prasadam. So he became relieved of the hunger. That is why Indra blessed that Malada and Karusha will become very opulent cities. So both the cities were flourishing. So meanwhile, Sunda's wife is Tataka. Tataka's sons were Marichi and Subahu. Marichi and Subahu. And this Sunda attacked once Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni, by his hunkar, he killed Sunda. And then because Tataka and Marichi and Subahu, they are very angry with Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni, they attacked Agastya Muni. Then Agastya Muni cursed them to, they are actually, Tataka was a Yaksha Stri. Then when she was born after a long time of tapasya by Sutaketu or some Gandharva. Brahmaji was pleased. Then he gave 1,000 elephants bala, strength to Tataka. That is why she was very powerful. So they attacked Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni cursed them to become man-eating Rakshasas. So then Tataka destroyed these two cities, and Banichi and Subahu. Nobody was able to go there. And then Agastya Muni also left that place. So my dear Ramchandra, now you have to kill this Tataka. Right? You have to kill this Tataka. So he said one very interesting thing. Nrushamshaha manrusamsham va praja rakshana karnat patakam va sa dosham va kartavyam rakshata sata rajyabhara niyuktanam yesha dharma sanatana. Right? So yesha dharma, sanatan dharma, according to sanatan dharma, it is the duty of the king to protect the people from all these rakshasas and all. So don't think that she is a woman, so you cannot kill her. No, you cannot kill her. So Bhagavan Ramchandra, he said, Pitur vachana nirdeshat, Pitur vachana gauravat, vachanam kaushikasyeti, kartavya mavishankaya. So because my father has ordered me to follow the instruction of Vishwamitra Muni, I will not hesitate to kill Tataka. Then immediately he took both of them, brothers, they took their dhanush and then Pratyancha chadaya. When he pulled the string, it made such a huge noise. Tataka became disturbed. She was sleeping in her cave. He said, Tataka came out. He said, what is this? Who is this? Challenging me. She was such a very high, tall Rakshasi. Right? She would kill elephants, then she would put elephants as earrings. Elephant heads as earrings. Then elephant bodies, as she would stitch elephant bodies and make a mala, like we had, full mala. Like that she would make the dead body. And all the time, the blood was flowing. Or Raktashikta. When she would walk, her feet were so, she would make such impression. Sarovar would form. In a river, lakes will form. And then the smell of, human flesh eating coming when she was breathing in, breathing out. So Vishwamitra Muni said, release. But actually when he was fighting with her, suddenly, his samskar given by his mother, he remembered that, you should offer respect to women, you should not kill women, this and that. So, he became little, disturbed. Then he said, with the plan of cutting nose and ears, he had plan for Tataka only. Later on he implemented for Surpanaka. So he was trying to cut, Tataka's nose and the ears. He said, we will, disable her and then send her out, like that. He was thinking. But she is too powerful. She was throwing, mountains, she is throwing trees, she is throwing arms, like that. When Ramchandra, he was covered with all the, he was being attacked with mountains, arrows, and then stones, the trees, then Vishwamitra Muni suddenly developed love for Ramchandra. His love came out. You know, he knew that Ramchandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then suddenly he said, Swasti Raghava Yorastu Jayam Chaiva Vyabhashata. Swasti, Mangalam Hoga. You know, let it be auspiciousness to you, Raghava. You know, Raghava. So Acharyas, they comment, you know, he is a jnani, he is a tapasvi, but suddenly the love for Ramchandra overpowered jnana and yoga and all that. And then he suddenly started blessing. You know, he suddenly started blessing like that. Then because he observed Ramchandra that he is hesitating to fight, kill Rakshasi, woman. Then Krishna had this problem. Krishna also had first demon that he killed is a woman. That's why he closed his eyes. As Ramchandra I killed women only. This Janma also I have to kill women only. That's why he closed his eyes. One of the reasons. You know. So, my dear Raghava, Vatsa, Rama, don't hesitate to kill. You promised me. You know, these Rakshasas, they become more powerful as the sun is sets. You know, then you are Rajiv Lochana. You know, you will fall asleep now. So, please kill before sunset. You know, before sunset. Vishwamitra Muni also addressed Ramchandra as Rajiv Lochana. Hey, say, kill now, don't delay. Then Ramchandra felt guilty conscious that, you know, he disobeyed the orders of his guru. You know, then immediately he released a very powerful astra and killed Tataka with one astra, right? Then he came back and then he begged forgiveness from Vishwamitra Muni that I disobeyed your order and all that. So at that time, all the demigods and all, they became so pleased. Vishwamitra Muni, now, he is going to surrender all his sampatti to Ramchandra. The importance of this aspect I will explain at the end of my lecture. So, he gave Danda Chakra, Dharma Chakra, Kala Chakra, Vishnu Chakra, Indrastra, Brahmashiras, Brahmastra, Trishul, Vajra, Brahmastra, Aishikastra, Modaki, Sikhari, Gadas, Dharmapasham, Kalapasham, then the Sushkasani, Ardrashani, these are all thunderbolts, Narayanastram, Agneyastram, Painakastram, Vayuvyastram, Shironamastram, Kraunchastram, Vishnu Shakti, Rudra Shakti, Kankalam, Musala, Kapalam, Vidyadharastram, Gandharvastram, then Nandana sword, you know, Kadga, Prasvapanam, Prashapanam, Sauram, Darpanam, Soshanam, Santapam, Vilapanam, Madanam, Daiva Durdarsham, Kandarpa Daitam, Paishachastram, Tamasam, Saumanam, Samvartanam, all these astras he gave. Uska sampatti hai. Sarvada. Uska, you know, he earned all these things. Right? Manas deha geha, jo kichu mora, arpilu tuvapade, Nanda Kishora. Vishwamitra Muni first taught. Why you want Krishna Prema? Whatever you have, give it to Krishna. Right? In 11th canto Bhagavatam, Krishna says, I am very pleased if a devotee gives me what he likes most. Right? हमको क्यों फेवरेट है चीज है हम भगवान को दे देना चाहिए. हमारा फेवरेट क्या है? Right? Aishwaryam. So, in the beginning, Krishna says what you are giving. Right? Later stage of bhakti, sadhana, Krishna says what you are keeping. What you are keeping. Right? All the bank balance, property, sab kuch. Like that. Everything he gave. Then, there is no much time. They reached Siddhashram. Siddhashram, why it is called Siddhashram? Ramchandra asked. Bhagavan Vishnu, he performed austerity and penance. He became perfect. Then he took this Aditi and Kashyap Muni, they performed austerities here. Then Aditi did that Pumshavan Vratana, Punshavan Vrat, in order to get Vamana as their son. So Vamana took birth here. That is why this is called Siddhashram. My dear Ram, this is your ashram only. Now this is your, he says, now this is your ashram. So he is indicating, you are the same Vamana, you are the same Vishnu. Take it. Then he says, now we will perform yajna. Yajna. So, Shad Ratra, 6 nights. Remember this, 6 nights. You have to take care of this. So, Rama and Lakshman, Ahoratra, both morning and night, they were doing pehra, bodyguards. So, Ramchandra told Lakshman that you stay in a stationary place and have look. I will go around and see. Like you see in the security houses and all, these Gurkhas, in our childhood, Gurkhas, they would take a torchlight and a stick, and that, they would make sound, that. And I asked why, because I am awake, to tell people, I am awake. Like that. Like the Ramchandra was going around. It is compared to how these eyelids protect an eye. Like that they were protecting the Yajnashala of Vishwamitra Muni. Right? The lower eyelid is fixed, then upper eyelid moves, closes and moves. Like that Ramchandra is upper eyelid, Lakshmana is lower eyelid. Like that, they were protecting. 6 days or 6th night,